going on, everybody? Welcome to Heavy Hitters. I am your host, Michael Grady. I have been out for a week dealing with some personal matters, but everything is good now. I'm back. I'm ready to give y'all that smoke that everybody's been missing. First of all, I want to thank everybody. Like I said, I was dealing with an issue, family stuff, dealing with my child. I just wanted to thank everybody for all their prayers. Appreciate the support that everybody gave me the strength for my family to overcome this difficult time, but we overcame it. We made it. You know what I'm saying? So now that's why I'm back. Like I said, I'm full of energy right now. I'm ready to get back to give you guys what I've been giving to you before every week on Heavy Hitters, and that's that real information. Now, today's topic, do you guys remember when I did a topic on conspiracy theories, right? I think it was a couple weeks ago. I did a topic on conspiracy theories, and I was talking about some things that, some people may see out in society or see online or see on TV that sounds convincing, but it sounds sketchy. Man, listen, tonight's topic, is a doozy. I'm going to tell you that right now. And like I said, everything that I'm putting out here is all allegedly, okay? This, like I said, I have information, but I'm going to go ahead and put that out right now. The things that I'm about to present to you are allegedly true. Facts. Okay? So without being said, like I said, I'm back. I'm ready to get this thing started. Tonight's topic, y'all, the topic of today is how far will a parent go to protect their children? Now, like I mentioned to you guys earlier before, I'm a parent, and the simple fact that I would do anything for my kids, any damn thing. But is there certain ramifications to where a parent can go to certain lengths to protect the child? And it's funny because that is the overall thing on tonight's topic. Tonight's topic, I don't know if you guys have been following, but I've stumbled upon some stuff about, because I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This is almost the 25th anniversary of the O.J. Simpson murder case. Okay, and we still don't know who the fuck killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. All right. So if in case you guys don't remember this stuff, I'm gonna just give you a trip down memory lane. Yes, O.J. Simpson was a famous football player. He was involved in it was one of the biggest cases ever, point blank. He was involved in a murder case in which his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and a restaurant waiter by the name of Ron Goldman were brutally murdered in California. Man, O.J. Simpson drew so much publicity off this case. Like this case was so big, man. Like, you could take this shit back all the way back to the Rodney King era. See, some of y'all may not know about the Rodney King incident. I remember that shit. It was fucked up. And the simple fact that this right here separated a whole country, y'all. This case really separated black from white. This separated men over women. This separated rights, period. And the fact that OJ went through this case, and like I said, he beat the case. And a lot of people are going like, yo, that motherfucker is guilty. Okay? Guilty. But you can't charge this man. He's innocent until proven guilty, which he was labeled innocent. They said not guilty. Hey, if the glove didn't fit, you must fucking acquit. So they did. So at the same time, people still to this day have doubts on the fact that they think OJ killed these two people. Man, listen. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff I'm gonna give you guys, man. So you gotta tune in. Hey, act like this is Unsolved Mysteries and I'm Robert Stack. I wish I had the damn music so I'll play it for you. But the point of the matter is, I want to get to you guys, man. OJ had a chosen class. Let's call it what it is. I mean, OJ was he was a womanizer, like most famous celebrities in the sports game. Committed adultery on certain things, but OJ was more known for his abusive behavior toward Nicole Brown Simpson. And a lot of people, and I don't advocate beating on women, but it was pictures shown about OJ and that he beat on his wife, and like people was really looking at him. They was looking at him fucked up because of what he did, because what he did was fucked up. And guys, listen, you never put your hand on a woman. Let me set the record straight on that shit right now. You never put your hand on a woman, because if you put your hand on a woman, you're a coward. Period. So if you're doing that shit, stop that shit. Go get your ass some help because you need help. You don't supposed to put your hand on a woman. But back to the topic at hand. OJ had an issue as far as being abusive. And some people may took that as to a form of him being like the number one suspect in this brutal murder that happened over 25 years ago. So with that being said, like he came out already out the gate, like, yo, public enemy number one, just off of that. But a lot of people don't know some of the things. Like I'm getting back on topic to the fact that where I say people as a parent, what would you do to protect a child? And what I mean when I say protect the child, I'm not saying the only thing I'm asking for my fans right now, are you willing as a parent, if your child did something heinous, brutal, dishonest, a crime, literally, would you cover up for that? And I know people are asking me, why is Mike talking about the O.J. Simpson case and he's using this analogy to support his problem? Well, people, I'm going to tell you why. The simple fact, hold on, I got some comments coming in. Let me check these comments right quick. Okay, I got Sean Clark. Yeah, that's fire. Thank you, Sean. How you doing? Also coming in saying, yeah, it was. Yes, it was, man. It was jacked up, Sean. You know what it is. But getting back to the topic at hand, a lot of people wanted to know why do Mike want to use this topic, man? And a lot of people didn't know. I didn't even know this until I did my research. O.J. Simpson had a child before he was married to Nicole Brown Simpson. He had a son, okay? He had a son that was born in 1970. So during that time of the murders, his son would have been 24 years old. If I'm not mistaken, 'cause I think Nicole Brown Simpson got killed in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. O.J. Simpson's son name was Jason. Everybody want to know, who is Jason? Okay, that's O.J. Simpson's oldest son. All right. So a lot of people don't know that. I didn't even know he had a son, but I knew he was married prior after doing research on it. I knew that he was married prior and created a son with his first wife. That is Jason right now. So apparently when I was looking at the research on Jason, like Jason was 7 years old when his father was dating Nicole Brown Simpson. Still married to Jason's mother. Okay. His parents divorced in 1979. And OJ went on to marry and father two more children with who? Who do y'all think he went to father two more children with? Yes, you guessed it, Nicole Brown Simpson. So I'm looking at this shit right here. Like this kid is like 7 years old. You know, he's going through turmoil with his dad and his mom. I mean, the situation is hectic as hell. Like things are bubbling up in this kid's head right now, literally. Like he's basically like a ticking time bomb ready to explode. Okay. Now, throughout all Jason's childhood and even to teenage years, going up to his adult years, Jason had problems with drugs. He had alcohol abuse, you know, dealing with cocaine at a young age, 14 years old. Okay. This you can't make this up. 14 years old. Jason was taking ecstasy, cocaine at the age of 14 and puts medical records that show 3 recorded suicide attempts. This is a kid at 14 years old. This is a kid at 14 years old, people. So I want y'all to stay with me. I want you to stay with me because everything I'm about to discuss is going to go all into what tonight's topic is all about. So you got a kid right now. You see a kid, 14 years old. 14 years old, man. He's going through it. 14 and he's doing drugs, cocaine at 14. Damn, yo, that's a lot right there. And not to mention that his parents are divorced. Like he feel like his whole world is crumbling. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, and parents too, like I strongly advocate for you to stay in your kid's life. If you see your kids maybe displaying some type of emotional behaviors or things that's not normal due to the fact that there's problems at home, pay attention to that shit. Pay attention to that shit because that can lead to something very traumatic, and it can also lead to something that can have a child go down the wrong path, even when they get to their adult ages. So parents, we have to be more aware, okay? Make time for your kids. Make time for your kids when you see that your kids may be going astray. Let me take some of these comments right quick. Let me see. I got Shakisha Singh Tai. I see you up there, baby. I see you. I wouldn't cover it up, but I would support my child to the death of me. Facts. I totally agree with you on that, Keisha. Right or wrong. Facts. You supposed to. But the thing I want to know is, when are you going to sit and just take something? You know what? I got to hold that thought because I don't want to really give out everything that I want to put out in the show. So keep that in mind, though, man. Thanks for the comments, Shakisha. Back to what I was saying though, like in someone's mind, when you clearly looking at his child and you clearly see that he's dealing with certain things, he's got these demons. These demons are like literally taking his mind over. This is going to trigger something to the point to where, and this is straight up facts, man. Most people that are having unstable, situations at home, and it starts from a childhood. You know what I'm saying? It starts from a childhood. It carries on to the adulthood. It gets pretty hectic. I'm gonna tell you right now. That shit makes me even think about, the fact that, I know this shit is fictional, but everybody knows who Michael Myers is, right? Everybody know Michael Myers from Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers was a deranged killer. Oh, Busta Rhymes trying to give him that work. But Michael Myers was a deranged killer that had a troubling childhood, all right? This whole situation with Jason Simpson is literally a stepping stone for someone that can have those same type of tendencies as an actual serial killer. Okay, and like I said, I'm not saying this guy's a serial killer, but I'm saying he's showing troubling patterns. All right, showing troubling patterns to where if it doesn't get addressed, it's going to be a problem, and we're going to discuss that problem soon as we talk about this stuff throughout the show. So pay attention again, man. Now, getting back to Jason, like Jason. Okay, he already had a criminal past. I mean, this all goes hand in hand, man. People, like, think about it. You're dealing with drugs. You're depressed. You're struggling. You're committing petty crimes and whatnot. Like, that's a recipe for disaster. Jason was experiencing that even at a young age. And on top of that, Jason also had allegedly diagnosed rage disorder. For people that may not know what that is, man, that is something that is mental, that would literally take someone's mind to a whole different place that they don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? And please, people, like I said before, if you having issues dealing with certain things, if you're having issues, mental issues, it's okay to talk about it. Come out and express yourself, because people can help you deal with that certain thing. I wish to God that if I was Jason, because I feel bad for him, even though he's growing up now, even as a child, you never want to see a child go through some of the things that he went through. All right. Because like I said, it's taking him down to a wrong path, and he has no one to talk to. Like OJ was literally out and about doing his thing, being a celebrity, entertainment, whatever. Like, that is a strenuous life. I couldn't be, if I was a parent and I had kids and you never make time for your kids, why do you think your kids will go out and do stupid shit? Because nobody's there to monitor them at all. So, and then on top of that, man, is when you include divorce in anything, man, that is the absolute worst for a young child to see that, because now they're going to be torn between the fact that where if their dad goes one way or their mom chooses another direction, they're going to be confused. But at the same time, they shouldn't, because everybody should be able to merge together to uplift the child, or children if you have more than one. Also, when I was looking at the research, man, he carried the diary, man. Like, I strongly advise people, if you don't believe what I'm saying, go online and check for yourself. He carried a diary around, and it has some pretty disturbing and almost psychotic things that was portrayed from his mind from pen to paper. I was reading some of his stuff, and I was like, yo, damn, this is like damn near demonic type shit. Okay, this is demonic type stuff that he was actually expressing on paper. And he put it on paper, but it was his diary, but nobody would see it because he was trying to keep what he had inside. He was trying to conceal all that frustration, all that pain, all that turmoil, all that hurt, just because he didn't want it to be displayed, because people didn't want him to think that he was crazy. But at the same time, as a parent, where were you? Where were you at when your child was showing these symptoms or showing these signs that are, uncharacteristic of him as a child? Where were you? So that's why I said at the beginning of the show, parents, you really got to stay focused on what your child do throughout every day. Make time for what time is important. Your children is important. Take the time, get your ass out of your books, get your ass out your work, make time for your kids, man. Okay? Because if you don't make time for them, something else will. And I ain't talking about another human being. We got kids nowadays just seeing stuff off the internet and just going ape shit over the stuff because that's all they see. The internet is not kind to anyone. Children, man, woman, whatever. All right, so we got to stay on point with as far as actually giving our attention to what's very important. And with this particular situation with O.J. Simpson's son, I feel like O.J. dropped the ball. Even the mom too. Even though they really don't talk about his mom that much, but they basically relate him to O.J. And it's important because I'm gonna tell you why O.J. is even more important when we talk about this stuff even more deeper. Okay, so we all know about the Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Okay, we know about them. We know, like, I know people are like, man, where are you going at with this, Mike? Where are you going at? People, I did not even know Ron Goldman was a third-degree black belt. Okay, now when he was attacked, when they got killed, him and Nicole Brown Simpson, Ronald Goldman fought back. Like this guy's a third-degree black belt, damn near like Chuck Norris out here. So my thing is, and for people that don't know what who Jason looks like, I have a picture of Jason right quick. Let me take this off right quick. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of Jason. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you a picture of Jason right quick, and you cannot tell me the resemblance from him to OJ. People, pay attention to this photo, because when I go deep into the things that why I know certain things that parents protect their children for. Just pay attention to the photo. It's one thing on that photo that really stands out, and you guys are gonna get it once I start talking deep about it. Okay, now I just showed you a picture of Jason. Let me get back to the comment though. Let me get back to the part about Ron Goldman. Now, Ron Goldman was a black belt in karate. Okay, now throughout the whole trial with OJ, they literally told him that because you could tell when he was getting stabbed, Ron Goldman, when he was getting stabbed, he was in defense mode. Like he was actually hitting his attacker. So if he's a third-degree black belt, that's pretty damn, you got lethal hands. So you should be able to leave a major bruise on your attacker if you hit him with certain blows, right? You would think that, right? So when they found the bruises suggested that, he was fighting back, when they took O.J. Simpson, because when he was arrested, he was booked. When they took O.J. Simpson to check his body, O.J. Simpson had to strip down in front of LAPD. After the murders, they wanted to see if O.J. had bruises on his body from the strikes that Ron Goldman was doing to the attacker. Yo, do y'all know O.J. didn't have any bruises on his body? I find that pretty damn interesting for someone that's attacking their attacker, which Ron Goldman was. But yet, when you arrest OJ and you make him strip down and you check his body from head to toe, OJ absolutely had no bruises, no scratches whatsoever. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, like I was telling you before, like I was saying too, when I told you guys to watch that photo of Jason, let me put him back up here. When I'm showing you guys the video of Jason, you know that there were certain things that that was at the scene and stuff that, everybody know about the black gloves. And some people may not know about the wool, the knitted wool cap. As you can see, Jason right here, they're wearing it. And on top of that, let me give y'all a little caveat. Let me give you a little caveat on some of the evidence that's linking Jason, not Jason Voorhees, Jason Simpson to the murders. First of all, did y'all see that dog in that picture? Okay, do you see the knitted hat in that picture? Why, when they confiscated the stuff at the crime scene, why did the dog hair was found on the knitted cap that Jason was wearing? Now, I'm gonna get back to OJ too on this. Now, OJ actually, they had to do samples of OJ's hair. Okay, OJ hair samples did not fit what was in that knitted cap. And on top of that, I told you guys the dog had dog fibers on that cap. O.J. Simpson didn't even have a dog. Damn. So now let me get this straight. Okay, you take O.J. and you strip him down. He has no bruises, no scratches. Okay, that's number one. That's the head scratcher number one. Two, when you find on the crime scene the knitted hat, you find dog fibers on the knitted hat. And you actually take samples of O.J. Simpson hair and try to link them to that knitted cap. It wasn't a match, people. It was not a match. So my thing is, like, I think people maybe get where I'm going at, but my thing is this: if people still thinking that O.J. did that, two things is already in his defense. Okay, Two things. He didn't have any bruises. He didn't have any scratches. The sample that they took from OJ for his hair to analyze, from the knitted cap, it wasn't a match to OJ. So, damn, you would think, right? Like, okay, that's two things that, that can get OJ off the hook. You would think that, though, right? But I do have more, though. I do have more. Now, Jason was working at the time, too, though. So Jason was working, I think he was working at a restaurant from what I was reading. This is allegedly. He was working at a restaurant. At the time, they said that he actually didn't punch in the clock. He put his time in handwritten around the same time as the murders. Now, if you were to go to work and you had to punch in, that would clarify you actually being there on time because you had to punch in on the clock. Why would Jason handwrite his time when he came to work? I think that's kind of sneaky, though. I think that's kind of sneaky. I think that's kind of suspect. But why would he do that? And on top of that, this is all happening when Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson was getting murdered. Why? Let me take this comment right quick, man. Let me take this comment. Okay, Shakisha, I see you. Okay, I remember they briefly said that there was a suspect was the son. But then I got swept under the rug and just went with the O.J. did it theory. See, and you're not by yourself, Keisha. You're not by yourself. For one, a lot of people, even today, a lot of people think O.J. still did it. I personally, from reading what I saw, all the information that I obtained from what I read upon, think about it, people. Think about it. And I'm going to get on OJ right quick. I'm going to stop talking about Jason for a little bit. But everybody that knows everything about that case, do y'all remember when OJ was in the courtroom, right? When OJ was in the courtroom and he was trying on the gloves, did anybody peep that OJ was smiling when he put on those gloves? I think the reason why he was smiling because he knows damn well those wasn't his gloves. So he was looking at the fact, and for him to sit there and do that, and I was like, and nobody really paid attention to that. Because everybody was more caught up on the fact that, the police tampered with evidence or that, he like I said, he can't wear the gloves. That was like an indication to him like, okay, well, hey, first of all, he had an amazing defense. All right, rest in peace to Johnny Cochran and the dream team that he had because they had a game plan for the prosecution. But like I said, if you really go back and look at it, and I'll even tell people to even watch The State versus O.J. Simpson with Cuba Gooding Jr. That is a good-ass miniseries, man. People, watch that shit. Because there's certain things, a lot of people don't really pay attention to. It's certain things, when they do remakes on certain things, like even with, what's the movie? The NWA movie. Straight Outta Compton. When they did Straight Outta Compton and stuff, a lot of people were seeing stuff in Straight Outta Compton to where it may have happened in real life when it's dealing with Eazy-E. I don't want to touch that because people got their own speculation and people allegedly think what the situation happened with Eazy-E and the whole transmission of the HIV or AIDS virus. I get it. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about that on another topic. But where I'm going at with this is the fact that when you see people doing remakes, you get information off of a remake. And then you start to really think about it like, what if? What if that was the possibility? So when I look at OJ and I look at the simple fact that when he was in the courtroom, OJ had a game plan. OJ really had a game plan. And when I look at OJ in that trial, man, OJ was cool as a cucumber because he had an agenda, right? He had an agenda. And that's what I'm saying. The whole topic, like I said, here's the part where he was talking about when he was at the restaurant. And he used his time card. He wrote in his time card. Like, to me, that seems like his alibi could be false. So he could have used that and told people. But like I said, the police didn't do a good job on following through on certain key factors that may be leading toward OJ being completely innocent. People, it's written all over the damn paper, man. Like, if you don't think the fact that everything I'm telling you right now, this is straight, to me, it's straight facts because I believe it. Everything was dating on the fact that OJ was trying to protect his son. If you go back to everything that I was telling you about Jason, all the way from his childhood life, all the way up through his teenage years, Adult life. Now, let me tell you guys, when they were killed, that would have made Jason 24 years old. Jason was born in 1970. Okay. And from my understanding, Jason had a love-hate relationship with Nicole Brown Simpson for the simple fact that he found out that O.J. fathered 2 more children with Nicole Brown Simpson. And to some degree, it may be a point to where he felt like, yo, like my family's being broken up because of a woman on the side, which O.J. Simpson eventually married because he was divorced from his first wife. But in his mind, literally in his mind, he was thinking, this woman broke up my family. Somebody's got to pay. Now, I don't know if O.J. was really in Jason's life on a consistent basis, but listen, like I said, as a parent, you would do anything for your kids. Just like Keisha was saying earlier, I do anything for my kids, right or wrong. But at the same time, O.J. had a plan about beating this case because I think he knew the simple fact what happened. And like I said, the rage was building up in his son for a long time. Like O.J. really, he was about to take a bullet for his son. People, the overall point is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The overall point is O.J. had a strategy. A lot of people still today think that he killed his wife and Ron Goldman. Newsflash, he didn't. If you think he did, you're fucking retarded. O.J. did not do it. You see the shit strolling at the bottom, yo. O.J. didn't do it, man. Period. And everything, this right here alone makes me even think that, man, listen, the kid is in good shape. Okay. He has the knitted hat that was found on the crime scene. I mean, come on, man. And even back then, DNA will support anything. DNA will sit here and support anything that you could tell about a person. And that's what DNA actually solved a lot of cases. Okay. Now, I even know back then technology wasn't as good as it is now, but still, at the same time, when they got the DNA from O.J. Simpson and they couldn't prove that that was his hat, who the hell hat was it? Who the hell else was there? Period. And there's other things about Jason too. And also, I didn't mention about the fact that Jason actually had a knife. Yo, do you know the same knife, even though they haven't found it, but they found the knife in Jason's locker, I think it was in his locker. They said the same structure cuts from the knife were the same ligures that was on the victims. Okay, it's going back to him now. I'm like, okay, this guy's literally he's caught red-handed, but nobody's not paying attention to that because, like I told you at the beginning, O.J. was already labeled from the start because of his abusive behavior toward his wife. So he was already singled out like, yeah, he could be the killer. Nah, I'm not saying he was a dirtbag for that shit. Clearly he was, because like I said, we don't condone violence. We don't condone violence at all. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and have an innocent man go to jail for something that he did not do. This man was looking at life in prison, if not even the death penalty. Yeah. And a lot of people was calling for O.J. Simpson here because they really thought he did it. Like I'm like I said, I'm a strong believer of justice, man. Strong believer of justice. But if you cannot prove, you cannot sit here, and a lot of people are going through this now. A lot of people are in jail for innocent shit that they never did. And at the same time, they're suffering because they want to take the rap and don't want to see anybody else get hurt. Like O.J. was willing to do that for his own son, y'all. Like that's deep. Like I would do that for my kids. I mean, I won't go to the degree as committing a murder, but at the same time, I would take an L for my children. My children haven't got a chance to live life yet. I mean, O.J.'s son was 24. If he was the one that did it, and I'm allegedly saying this, if he's the one that did it, but people, everybody that's been watching this show tonight, everything that I presented to you guys, it's writing on the wall, man. It's literally writing on the wall. There's no way in hell O.J. Simpson can do that. Everything, even with the high-speed chase on the freeway, that was all staged. That was all arranged. You know what I'm saying? That was all arranged because, like I said, O.J. wanted to take the attention off of his son and put all the attention on himself. Because, like I said, people, O.J. had a plan. The plan was to get everybody to believe that he committed this crime And his dream team and OJ know that he didn't. So now, if you want to take all the information that I gave, if you want to go and research it, yeah, there's the glove right there. That's the same hat that they found on the crime scene. And it was even speculated, that the gloves that was found at the crime scene, when Jason, they said that, and this is funny too, though. Why didn't the police this is sloppy work. Why didn't the police even look at Jason as a prime suspect? I don't even know why. But also too, this is some startling evidence too, though, because OJ had hired a defense team for his son. Why would OJ hire a defense team for his son, y'all? And nobody didn't even know this. Nobody even thought about Jason even at the time. Like I said, the whole attention was on OJ, period. OJ basically had a dream team for his son because in light of what may have been transpiring, if the state couldn't prosecute O.J. Simpson, and even to this day, we still don't know who the fuck killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Well, I have an idea, but it's not the person that everybody fucking thinking. Because like I said, the proof is in the pudding. O.J. is innocent. Leave the fucking man alone. If you still want to go and sit there and try to bash this man, bash him for what he did as far as the abusive stuff. But as far as him saying, oh, he killed these people, cut that shit out. Because he didn't do it, man. He did not do it. And like I said, the evidence that presented itself, like I said, the hair follicles, the dog hair. O.J. Simpson never had a dog, number one. The hair follicles that they took from O.J. Simpson didn't match the hair follicles in the hat, number two. Even the foot patterns that was found at the crime scene in the blood, the puddle of blood, that wasn't even OJ's. That wasn't even his foot size. So how in the hell can this man sit here and take a bid like that? People, he took a bid because, newsflash, Jason Simpson allegedly killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Facts. Point blank. Let me get this comment from Shakisha. OJ was worth more. Facts. OJ was worth more. And the only reason why OJ was worth more, because I'm going to give you another news flash on why they tried to frame this man. For one, he was in California, successful black man. And I don't want to make this a race thing, but we got to spit facts right here. Successful black man, NFL career Hall of Famer. He was married to a white woman. Yeah, it was all the 1990s. People don't think racism is still here. Yeah, damn, wake your asses up. It's still here. It never left. The fact that he was in Hollywood, married to a white woman, that may be looked at upon as a problem for some. And from my understanding, like everybody want to talk about OJ, how OJ past was all checkered. Nobody in this world is perfect. And I'm not judging Nicole Brown Simpson, may she rest in peace. But nobody's perfect. Everybody has demons. Believe that. Everybody has demons to the point to where certain things may hinder you or make your image look bad, as is with OJ when he was beating his wife. That made him look terrible, for one. But like I said, like Nicole Brown Simpson did not have an angel checkered past. She had issues that she was dealing with. It was speculations that, she had drug issues too, though. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and just throw rocks at OJ when we have to throw rocks at everybody that was involved. I don't know Ron Goldman personally. I don't know if he had issues. Maybe he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's pretty much what it looked like from the situation. He was just being a friend. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And like I said, with someone that's enraged, they don't care about that. When someone is raging and they just see pure evil, you could be a victim and it wasn't even meant for you. So, like I said, with Ron Goldman, I'm sorry, rest in peace though, Ron Goldman. Like, you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nicole Brown Simpson, you was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but at the same time, OJ did not commit these murders, y'all. And like I said, I'm not no lawyer. I just like to read up on certain things. And if people, and I don't even know if they even really believe the statute of limitations, because like I said, this shit happened like almost 25 years ago. Okay. So I don't know if they even would go and try to reopen this case, but it's certain thing. And like ever since the whole OJ thing was closed, washed up, done completely, you never heard anything else about it. I mean, it's literally still an unsolved mystery like Biggie and Tupac. But we all have our speculations on all these highly profile murders. Everybody has their own like meaning on what they think happened to so many stars that died, and their deaths has been like a mystery for years. Like everybody has a certain hypothesis or their educated guess on what happened. All right. My educated guess is the fact that O.J. Simpson did what he did as a parent. O.J. Simpson did what he did as a parent, and anybody that as a parent would do the same thing for their child. But does it make it right though? O.J., he really dodged the bullet on this. Because like I said, he was either looking at life or the death penalty for taking a rap that he really didn't do. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong man. Like I said, I would do the same for my kids, but not to that degree though. If you ever commit a crime to that degree, you have to go through the actual courts. And on top of that, you have to be proven innocent until proven guilty. Period. That's just the law of the land. I would have been like, and even if that's the case, if that's the case that Jason actually killed these two people, the fact of the matter is he had a checkered past. He had a troubling past, dealing with so many things in his mind mentally. He could have got a psychiatric evaluation and probably even could have beat it if they would have went to trial, but they never did. OJ went to trial because OJ knew that he could beat this case. And to this day, it's a closed case, but it still remains unsolved. So there you have it, people. I think I spoke my piece on what I thought about the whole O.J. Simpson thing. If you don't believe me, do your research. Look it up. Everything that I pretty much said up here, you're going to see the same thing when you do your research. Point blank. I mean, it's right there. People just need to stop. If you got animosity toward OJ, like I said, be mad with him for beating women, okay? But don't sit here and condone this man over something that was so hideous and callous because he did not do it. People wanted this man to go to jail so bad, but they wanted him to go to jail not because he committed a crime. They wanted him to go to jail because, for one, like I said, I don't want to make it a race thing, but we all know when we saw that verdict on the TV and he said not guilty, including myself, how many black people you saw that jump was like, oh my God, he beat it. Yes, everybody, I put this on everything I love. When I saw the verdict, because the verdict was, everybody watching the verdict, the whole world stopped when that verdict came out. How many black people was up here like this? Keep it real. Come on now. All right. Hot damn. Yes, we got one. That was them. That was everybody that was watching that stuff right there, man. And then on the flip side, let's look at it on the flip side now. And like I said, I don't want to make it a race thing, but listen, I seen this with my own two eyes. When the verdict came down about OJ, we all know black people was like, yeah, he beat it. Yes, yes. Man, white folks saw that, man. Bruh. Yo, I'm not laughing at the situation. But when white folks saw that, white folks went ham. Straight up. They was looking at it like, yeah, exactly. Why? He did this to her. He's guilty. Us on the same time, we are here celebrating in the streets. We just won the Super Bowl. People are here drinking toward this stuff. Like everybody, like I'm telling you, this case had everybody on edge. Literally everybody was on edge for this case because it drew so much publicity. But like I said, OJ didn't do this stuff, man. OJ didn't do it, but he really was about to take that brunt on his back for his son. So, like I said, this is an unsolved mystery that we will never probably get the answers, or we'll never find out what really happened. Like, that's the unfortunate thing. We got two people that's in the ground right now that should be living their lives, but at the same time, an innocent man did walk. OJ wasn't guilty, but we still actually have the killers still out there. I'm just saying, OJ didn't do it. Jason Simpson, man, you dodged the bullet, bro. You really dodged the bullet. Because for one, if the actual police work was done to a T, you'll be looking at the death penalty right now. Point blank, period. You dodged a bullet. Your dad looked out. Your dad looked out for you, as any parent would look out for their children. But man, if my kid were to do something like that, regardless of the situation, if my kid were to do something like that, I just had to sit back in the courtroom and just weep. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing no parent can do for their own children's actions, period. You could tell them, hey, when you're growing up, don't do this. Everybody went through that. I went through that as a child with my dad. Everybody went through that. Like your dad would tell you or your mom would tell you, don't do that. Or like that, the analogy where they tell you, don't put your hand in the fire, it's gonna get burned. You want to be curious to go do it anyway. Tell me everybody haven't went through that with their children. I know I have. But with this particular situation, it's tough to try to get through the kids when they don't want to listen, especially when he's dealing with a lot of mental issues. That's why it's important that we as parents, we stay more in tune with what goes on in our children's lives. We can't see everything, but they will show you everything. They will show you certain patterns. They will show you certain things that you need to pay attention to. 14 years old, doing cocaine. Wow. What was I doing at 14 years old? I was being a kid. This kid had a lot of issues going on, man. A lot of issues going on. And it was sad, man. But like I said, people, parents, really pay attention to your children. Stay in contact with them. Pay attention to their everyday life. Pay attention to what they see. But most importantly, put your hands on your children. Pray with them. Do what you got to do to keep your kid straight. Because this situation right here was unfortunate. And it could have been even worse. Because like I said, an innocent man could have been either sent to jail for the rest of his life or he could have been executed. Good thing he didn't. Because at the same time, he beat this case. But he beat more than his case. He beat a case for himself and his child. I don't know the actions on why this had to happen to those two people, but it's unfortunate because it's sad when you have to lose a life. But for the fact that something that was to this magnitude had to change a country and really, I really think, like I said, the whole Rodney King thing, that was the building block to separation within the United States. I personally think that I lived through both of them. I lived through the Rodney King thing. I lived through the O.J. Simpson situation. I've seen both situations cause so much division. We don't need that in this country. We don't need that in this country. For one, we have a lot going on right now. I mean, I thought we were supposed to love one another. Why we got to end up hating one another or have a certain situation to dictate on how we should feel about each other? That's the sad part. 9/11 brought us together. 9/11 was unfortunate. Certain situations where certain black males that have been killed brought a certain group together. Well, I'm not going to say a certain group together because I've seen black and white coexist on certain things that's, triggered this country to go in the spiral downward. People need to elevate, man. We need to elevate and we need to live above life, man. We need to think everything that what we transpire in our lives will reflect. But when it's dealing with our children are our lives. We got to live our lives accordingly toward them because we are role models. O.J. Simpson was a bad role model for his son. I'm going to tell him that shit right now. I would say that to you. O.J., he was a bad role model to your son. But your son had issues and you never seek help to get him situated or give him the help that he needed. And unfortunately, it created a monster. So if it's going to create a monster for someone in society, that needs to be contained. If it's true what I presented to you guys, and if for some odd reason they open this stuff up, he need to serve justice. Point blank, period. You took two lives, man. OJ, you didn't do it, but at the same time, you ran a hell of a scheme because you had everybody convinced that you did that shit. And just from seeing everything that transpired, all the evidence that was presented, I know you didn't do it. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I even thought you did it. I thought you did the shit. And I was so convinced because of the fact that everything that was portrayed about you was being put on public display. But the facts is facts, man. Everything that I've seen definitely convinced me that he didn't do it. whomever's out there that committed this heinous crime, you're going to serve justice one day. You may not serve it right now, but you will serve justice one day. But that's all, man. That was deep though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt that. I literally feel like I can go back to that time when that happened, like almost 25 years ago. It's still fresh in my mind. And even when I see some of the images and see some of the the news articles or videos, man, it's troubling. But at the same time, like I said, at the topic, what would you do as a parent? How far would you go to protect yours? OJ went the distance and he won. Man, but that's basically what it is, man. Like, he did what he did as a parent, and he won twice. So I'm about to go ahead and start my last call, man. I'm about to do a last call right quick. This is something totally off topic, but everybody knows about the R. Kelly situation. I know people are tired of hearing about R. Kelly. Yeah, everybody. For people that don't know, R. Kelly was convicted of sex trafficking just recently this week. He hasn't had his sentencing, but R. Kelly, man, you had that coming, bro. You had that coming. You had that coming, R. Kelly. Like, what the hell were you thinking, bro? What the hell were you thinking? And some people going to sit there and say, well, he was going through certain things coming up. He was molested. Okay, that all goes back to the whole topic, the main topic I was talking about today, as far as people that are going down a disturbing path and nobody's paying attention to it. R. Kelly went down a disturbing path too, though. Yeah, he was doing some crazy stuff. Like, a lot of people didn't want to say about R. Kelly, but man, you kind of brought that on yourself, man. I mean, you called yourself the Pied Piper, man. Come on, man. Look at this motherfucker right here, yo. First of all, you in here looking like you're looking like Bruce Lee from the Green Hornet with the shit. All right? R. Kelly, you should know better, man. You should know better. Now you're going to be up in jail. You're going to be up in jail, people dripping on you, bro. You're going to be up in there, people dripping on you because you had a fetish with young underage kids. Do I feel bad for him? Not one damn bit. I'm sorry. My brother loves R. Kelly to death. I'm gonna put my brother out there too. He loved R. Kelly to death, man. And like now, like, I know he's gonna be mad if I say this. If you're watching the show, what's up, bro? But if you're gonna be mad when I say this, bug, man, dude, that's crazy. Like I said, justice was served. The guy was sick. He had issues. Now he's gonna be up in jail. Now he's gonna be up in jail saying that right there. Clearly. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard, R. Kelly. Because where you going, you're going to get that exposure. You're going to get that exposure where you going at, R. Kelly. Yeah, let me get this comment, man. Yeah, Keisha, he is sick in the head, period. Yeah, well, he's going to be even more sick because where he's going, man, it's going to seem like his ass is ready. Yeah, because he's going down for a long damn time. So R. Kelly, formerly R. Kelly, your new name is going to be 673191471. Okay, that's your new name. Your new name is that. You have a number for a name. Your name is not R. Kelly no more. Okay, so when everybody want to sit here and say, yeah, but his music was so great, that's basically sitting here telling me you're condoning the man if you're going to listen to his music. Did he put out hits? Oh, most definitely. He put out hits. And even if you listen to some of his songs, you may want to reconsider even giving him courtesy on that songs, because it was borderline talking about his experience with the underage kids they was dealing with. Yeah. Let me see what Sean Clark said. Wow. Yeah. Sick as hell. Yes, he's sick. R. Kelly had a problem. But again, that goes back to the topic. Patterns at a young age can lead up to something that's going to be a problem in their adulthood. We got two scenarios that I just talked about tonight. We talked about O.J Simpson's son. Talked about R. Kelly. Both of them had issues at an early age, at a childhood age that nobody cared about. Nobody gave a damn about. Now, with the exception of Jason Simpson, because he's not suffering, But that guilt is have to be eating them up. But like I said, that day of reckoning is going to come from him if he committed those acts. R. Kelly, bruh, hey, sorry, man. What do you want me to tell you, R. Kelly? Only thing I can tell you is what the fuck were you thinking? That's the only thing I can tell you. Dude, you are a multi-platinum artist. What the fuck do you need to be doing messing with damn 15-year-old kids, man? Get the fuck out of here, R. Kelly. That's sick, man. I mean, I've seen your concerts, bro. I've seen your concerts. I know you could get any woman out there in the world. You had to go and pick up a girl that probably got on powder puff underwear and shit. Come on, R. Kelly. That's stupid as fuck. Man, you a straight up loser, man. Yeah, I said it. Straight up loser for doing the shit that you did to these women. And that show really fucked his case up. The documentaries that I don't know, Surviving R. Kelly, that was the nail in the coffin for him. Period. And the fact that he came out with the whole Aaliyah thing. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. I know you guys, her album came back out. So go and cop it if you guys if any of y'all don't know who Aaliyah is. Aaliyah was a great artist. She lost her life tragically in a plane crash. But for him to do this to her and lie about it, and there was a lot of people involved with this stuff too. So don't think R. Kelly is going to hell for the shit that he did. Anybody condone that shit, you guys are just as bad as R. Kelly. Period. Okay, I see you there. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate it. Thank you, Poppy. All right there, sugar pop, honey bun. Yeah, but if all the people that was around all this stuff, man, if y'all sat there and condone, even the people that got paid off to get the marriage license, like, come on, man, put their ass on the Budweiser hot seat too, though. That's the fucked up part. And if people telling me right now that Aaliyah folks didn't know about this situation, if you believe that shit, man, you need to be kicked in your damn ass. You tell me right now they didn't know about that shit, man? Come on, bro. You telling me they did not know that R. Kelly was messing with a 15-year-old girl, man? Yeah, kick them dead in their ass for that. And they're going to act like they don't know what the hell people was talking about. False. You did. You knew. And like I said, that day of reckoning is coming for y'all too. So get ready. I hope you got some bomb-ass suntan lotion because you know where you're going. But listen, man, I got to get up out of here, man. I want to do a couple of shout-outs, man. I want to do a couple of shout-outs to my right-hand man, Gary Smoot. If you're out there, I didn't see you comment. I don't know what you're doing. You must be cooking or doing something. But shout out to him. He has a podcast as well called Smoot Talk. We also have a podcast called The Formula. He's my co-host. We normally do The Formula. Actually, I think we're doing a show tomorrow. We may be talking more about this R. Kelly situation. And, like I said, follow his Instagram on Smoot Talk. Also, I want to shout out to my man, Vincent Bird, Not Your Typical Podcast. He will be having a show this Friday. I think he may be touching bases on the vaccine. I told him, man, stay off that vaccine stuff. You're going to get a warning. But he got some good information. Smoot Talk got the good information, man. You guys is working hard. Shout out to the marketing team, Chaz and Sean. Y'all doing a great job. I appreciate the flyers that y'all put out for me. Sean, good looking on that. Most importantly, I want to give a special shout out and a very heartfelt shout out to my son, Markel Grady. Markel, I'm glad that we got through this situation. I'm coming home this weekend to see you. I love you. I'm glad that you're doing well. Let's get on this road to recovery together. And like I said, man, I love you, son. Point blank, period. Most importantly, I want to thank everybody who's watching. YouTube, baby. I'm sorry, Keisha. I didn't forget about you. Want you to put you out there. I know you're gonna comment me later. All right, but I want to tell you too, man. I appreciate the love and support from everybody that's been supporting me. Tune in next week with a new topic. We're gonna be discussing the serious stuff as usual. We're gonna keep it humorous, but we're gonna keep it serious. So for everybody that's watching the show, I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Make sure you guys, protect yourself, man. COVID is real, y'all. COVID is real. So make sure you guys protect yourself. And I will see you guys next week on the #1 podcast, period, Heavy Hitters. Y'all be safe. I love you. Stay up. Good night.